Let's continue now with Andrei Kozyrev. He was Russia's foreign minister from 1991 to 1996. He's also the author of the memoir, The Firebird. Mr. Kozyrev, welcome to the program. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure.
I would love to get your sense of the mentality of Vladimir Putin and his strategy. I think a lot of people have been asking, is he rational? Is he all there? Why would he do something that doesn't make so much sense? And to me, at least, that feels like a very Western democracy lens on a very different kind of culture that is too narrow to fully understand someone who doesn't view the world the way we view it in the United States. What is your sense of the thought process behind what Vladimir Putin is doing right now?
First of all, I agree with you, with your analysis, and I can add to that for any normal person, be it there or here, it looks like a lunatic acting because he is detached from reality. He is detached from reality in Russia. He is sitting alone at the end of the long tables, as you see, even speaking to his closest associates and acolytes probably. He keeps unbelievable distance because he is afraid, he is isolated, and he is delusional. He has no idea of reality either in Russia or in Ukraine, where he thought of a very quick and easy victory and did not expect that there is actually a Ukrainian nation and this nation will defend itself. And he thought that the West, the United States, are weak, decadent, and that they will not stand for the international norms. So if he is a genius, like some people say, even here in America, then who is imbecile?
I understand that you've called this war disastrous, and I hear the reasons that you've just given, including perhaps dramatically underestimating the resolve of the Ukrainian people. In terms of the end game, as President Putin might see it, we've heard from some of our other guests, including one who's coming up a little bit later, that this is all kind of part of an effort to sort of rebuild the glory of the Soviet Union or bring that back to the height of its strength, at least as he sees it. You were in the administration in the years right after the fall of the Soviet Union. Can you talk more about that in terms of what it is that he might be envisioning or imagining or trying to bring back as he sees it?
Yes, again, this image is also detached from reality. The Soviet Union was as giant on heels of clay or legs of clay as today's Russia. It looked like a giant, but it was weak economically. It was totally dependent on oil and gas exports at that time. And Russia is still over-dependent, probably even more dependent, believe it or not. After 20 years of President Putin's rule, it's still more dependent on export of raw materials than the Soviet Union was. And it does not produce anything like Soviet Union did not produce anything but vodka and caviar. And President Biden is absolutely correct to forbid the import of vodka, Russian vodka. There are many other vodkas. I mean, it's delusional idea that the Soviet Union was a paradise on earth. I grew up in the Soviet Union and lived there till 40 probably. And, you know, I was not much impressed. And when I first visited a foreign country, especially New York in 1975, I was overwhelmed that people, just ordinary people on the streets, could have ability to go to a supermarket and to choose whatever they want to buy. While in the Soviet Union, you did not choose what to buy.
Right.
You were asking for food, not for a cheese or something, for food.
Right. I wonder if I could get you to respond in the time we have left to something we heard from Avril Haines, who is the U.S. Director of National Intelligence, about nuclear weapons. We'll talk more about this in just a moment, but I'd like to get your reaction to something that she said during a Senate hearing yesterday. Watch.
As a general matter, as I indicated, we're obviously very concerned, want to make sure that we're monitoring everything that may be going on with respect to Russia's strategic nuclear forces.
I wonder just briefly what you make of the saber rattling that Vladimir Putin made on day one of this invasion, where he basically said, we're a nuclear power, you guys better not mess with us. What do you make of the potential for some kind of a larger nuclear threat from all of this?
You know what? Putin knows no less than we know that any attack to the United States with nuclear weapons would immediately be retaliated. And that means that to actually initiate this kind of exchange, he should be suicidal, because it is suicidal act, because he will receive it back in enormous proportions, and there is no way to survive. So, but he does not look suicidal to me. He looks adventurous, looks womanizing, because he likes ladies, and Moscow is full of rumors about that. He is divorced, right, so it's probably okay. And he is bon vivant. He starts his day, he said himself, like swimming in a large pool there in Kremlin. This guy does not look like suicidal to me. And he has 2 daughters and probably grandchildren. So, I mean, again, no suicidal person I see, but I see someone who wants to intimidate America, intimidate NATO, intimidate Ukrainians, and that's why he is brandishing these nuclear weapons and this threat. And you know what? If JFK gave Khrushchev at that time an appearance that he is more afraid of nuclear war than Khrushchev, the missiles will be in Cuba till today.
Andrei Kozyrev, Russia's foreign minister from 1990 to 1996. I appreciate you making time for us tonight, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.